There go the live.
Hey, everybody, welcome. You are watching the Dead End Sports Fantasy Football Talk. Last year was our first year doing fantasy football, and it was very successful. We had a lot of fun doing it. We had a lot of people coming and hitting us up for advice, and it was a fun moment. We're back again this year. We're not on Blab, obviously, because we're here on YouTube. We were trying Ustream, but we ran into some problems there, so we may be here. Um, Last year, the show was known as the What Up Doe Fantasy Football Show. This year, we're just gonna go about fantasy football talk, man. Dead end sports fantasy football. Keep it simple and leave it at that. And that's it, man. So every single week, we're gonna talk about our week and review our teams. We're gonna talk about the things we got right, the things we got wrong, just general talking as a whole. And we'll also give you some news, some advice, some tips, some tricks, or whatever in order to help you win your league, because that's what it's about. And if you guys feeling bold and brave, I mean, you guys can sign up and join the Dead End Sports Fantasy Football League. We have limited openings. But yeah, if you think you got what it takes, then you can join that league. I'm always top dog every year. Uh, but, if y'all think y'all can beat me, come on in. So we're going to do that on ESPN. I'm not doing the show by myself. You see him in the corner. Beezy 430, what up?
What up? What up, though? Hey, it's that time of the year, man. We back at it. Another great year of some fantasy football. Another year of emotional roller coasters that folks are gonna have. There's gonna be one weeks where you feel like you just want to kiss everyone, and there's gonna be one weeks where you're gonna want to shoot everyone. So I'm looking forward to having those wheel of emotions again this year, man. It should be fun. I'm just looking I'm always getting so antsy when it comes to like when the drafting time is coming. It's like you thinking about
Mhm.
drafting, how you gonna draft, how the strategy gonna come and everything. So I love it, man. I love this time of the year. This August going into September is like I get that fantasy football shakes, man, like a drug addict. I get it. I get
How
it.
many teams are you doing this year?
I'm only doing two. I might get talked into three.
Oh
Before
yeah.
before this year, I was saying I'm only doing two, but I might end up squeezing in three, man. I might. These dudes keep talking junk at my job, and I'm just like, oh my god, I really have to go in there and show y'all like what is it about. So I might get in three, man. I know you planning like what, like 50?
Now I've done a lot of hangouts, man, so far. I have two I have like three or four teams on CBS Sports. I have two on ESPN. I have one on NFL.com, and I have like three on Yahoo right now. So yeah, you know what? This year I wanted to venture out and do more, play with more teams, because last year I think I only did two or maybe three. But what I wanted to do was to just get a couple of different players here and there. So every week when we get around to talking about certain situations, I'll at least hopefully have a player in that particular situation. So I think it will be able to add more value to the people that are, watching and listening and following some of our advice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the reason behind it. Plus, I wanted to play in a PPR league. I haven't really done that before, where points per reception are the main focus. And for the first time ever, I did a live auction draft. And yo,
How was
that
that?
that was fun.
That was your first time doing it.
Yeah, that was fun.
How was the
Because
experience? You liked it?
I didn't know what I was doing at first, so it took a minute to kind of get adjusted to it, because you can really make players outbid for a certain position.
Mm-hmm.
And there were these two guys in there, and toward the end of the draft, they started fighting over the players that they were bidding for. And Tyler Eifert was going for, the initial bid was like $3. They went back and forth so much. I think the dude ended up getting him for like $18. And I'm
Dang.
like, you
You
fool.
fool. Yeah.
And so, but it was interesting because you can really let people play themselves,
Yep.
and they'll get to a position where they run out of bid as much as you can bid. So if you play it right, you can get a pretty dope team. I think I did well, but it was my first time, so I overbid for some of the players because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just pushing buttons. But if I had to do another one, which I think I'm gonna do another one tomorrow, and I want to see what type of team that I put, be able to put together. So, but it was fun, man. I enjoyed it, and I think that I want to do more. And I think, man, maybe we should even set up a team, a live auction or something like that, because it was definitely a different experience, but it was definitely fun. So I want to definitely do more of those.
Yeah, just real quick and to piggyback on your thing. My main league I playing with Meech and them, we tried that one year because we've been playing. This is our like 14th year now, and like every year we always try some different stuff. Like, and we did the auction. We did the auction draft like I think 2 years ago. We gave that a try, but I think everyone didn't vote on it and didn't want to keep it. But this year for the first time we doing PPR. This year the league's gonna be PPR, so it kind of makes you draft your wide receivers a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta think about those guys that maybe don't get touchdowns but average like a good 8 to 10 receptions a game. So it's just like
Yep.
your mind state of going into a draft when you're drafting wide receivers is a little different for me going into this upcoming draft. So it should be pretty interesting, man. I can't wait. So,
And that's all I ever hear about. Like I listen to, well, there's really just one podcast that I normally listen to, but I've expanded it out this year. I'm listening to like two or three different ones.
mhm.
But all they ever talk about are PPR leagues, and
Yep.
they rarely talk about standards. Like PPR is just the ish. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play in a PPR league because I want the experience. I need to kind of understand the decision making behind how the rankings and the
Mhm.
players, like you said, change
Mhm.
based on the format.
Yep.
And of course, we everybody understands how the scoring could change, but the the style, the type of draft changes everything from a PPR to a standard league. So I wanted that experience. And for those of you watching, I think I'm gonna do a post or something to let you guys know the different type of shows that I'm listening to and the reasons why I listen to them and why I like them. So that'll be in a separate video or podcast or something like that. But anyway, the show will last no longer than an hour. So we're gonna jump right into it because we've got a lot to get to. So B, let's do our rankings real
Okay.
quick.
You want
Let's go through the positions.
to start at QB?
Yeah, let's kick it off at QB, man.
All right. So
So what you got?
my ranks, I got this. This is like This is kind of like preseason rank, like who I think might do good over it. So one, I got Cam Newton, just the fact that he can pass and throw. I mean, run and get passing yards. I think he's going to be He's definitely a great dual threat quarterback to have on your fantasy squad. He can give you 3 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns and throw for 300 yards in one game, and that's like 50, 60 points depending on how your scoring is. So I got Cam Newton at one. Um, Low key, this guy was third in points in QBs last year, and I think he's going to still be consistent. I got Russell Wilson at two, man. I think he's going to be the second highest in QBs this season. So I got him at two. I think Tom Brady is three, man. I think when Tom Brady served his 4-game suspension, I think he's gonna be on the tear, and I think he's gonna try. I think he's gonna low key ball. So I think he might be like the third highest. So I got Tom Brady. Fourth, I got Blake Bortles. I think Blake Bortles gonna be up there getting those points. Five, I got your boy Carson Palmer. I actually got him ranked over Drew Brees this year. So and that's five. Six, I got Drew Brees. I'm sorry. Six, I got Aaron Rodgers. Seven, I got Drew Brees. Eight, I got Matthew Stafford. I don't like him, but fantasy wise, he do get you points. What was that? 8, 9, I got Eli Manning, and 10, I got Ryan Fitzpatrick. Those my 10 quarterbacks. Like, remember, guys, this is not the quarterbacks who I think are like great. We're basing this strictly on fantasy. So, fantasy football play. So, yeah, I think I'm forgetting
So
somebody though. I think I'm forgetting Big Ben. That's what I'm forgetting. You know what? Take out Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I'm throwing Ben in there. Just the fact that he's throwing to Antonio Brown. I forgot about Big Ben. Shoot.
yeah.
Yeah. Big Ben.
All right. So you think Brady, even after missing 4 games,
I think he's gonna tear it up, man. I think he's gonna tear it up. He's gonna be mad.
I've drafted him in some leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I've drafted him in a few leagues, man, and the way the QB position is and always have been, you can always get a quarterback in the late rounds. You just need him to get you through 3 or 4 games, and then if he does end up in the top 10, you got a monster for the rest of the way
Yep.
of the season.
Yep.
So I'm with you. I think he's going to have a strong year once he returns back from the suspension. So here's what I got. I got for quarterback, Aaron Rodgers is going to be back on top. So I
Okay.
got him as the number 1 quarterback.
Okay.
Number 2, I think Andrew Luck is going to ball out, man. I expect big things from him. I think that
He's
he
gonna bounce
may,
back. He's gonna bounce back really good.
yeah, yeah. He got weapons. He got T.Y. Hilton. He got Dante Moncrief, Philip Dorsett. He still got that chugger and Frank Gore, but and he got Dwayne Allen. So he got some weapons to throw to, and I think he's healthy and he probably learned a lot in the offseason or just watching his play from last year. He probably feel insulted by that. So we'll see. So I think he's going to return back to top 5 status. So I got him second. I think Cam Newton's going to fall off this year, so I have him third.
Even
And
with Calvin Benjamin coming back, his number one wideout.
I thought about that, but I don't know, man. It's just a feeling that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I mean, I got Andrew Luck ahead of him, so finishing third isn't that bad. But
Okay.
will he get the same amount of rushing touchdowns that he did last year? I think Jonathan Stewart could take some of those back,
Mm-hmm.
or will they turn into passing touchdowns? We don't know. He just had a great year, so I think he'll regress a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like Russell Wilson at number 4. No, wait. Yeah, number 4.
Number four.
I think that's a good spot for him because I think they're going to open it up a little bit more too. And I have a strange feeling that him and Jimmy Graham will click.
Mm.
I don't know what it is. I know Jimmy is hurt, but I think that Jimmy's going to be a big part of them this year. So that's 4. Number 5, Drew Brees, man. I think you can't ever count him out.
Yeah,
He
you
got Michael Thomas.
can't never count him out.
Yeah, yeah. He got Michael Thomas. We saw what he did with Snead. He got Kobe Fleener
Yep.
and Brandon Cooks. He and Brandon Cooks started to cook,
Yep.
last season
Yep.
toward the end of the year.
Yep.
So I like him. Yeah, number 5. Number 6, Big Ben. Big Ben.
Mm-hmm.
If Sammy Coates get his mess together and Marcus Wheaton pan out, I think they could definitely do some things. Le'Veon Bell is only missing 3 games, so he'll have him as well. So I got Ben at number 6. Give me Carson Palmer at 7. I think he's going to fall off a little bit this year too. Let's see. So Palmer at 7. Let's do Eli 8. Let's see if Sterling Shepard is that guy and Victor Cruz come back. I think he's practicing or playing Saturday. And so that's 8.
Yep.
Number 9. Let's do. This is where it gets a little tricky. Oh, give me Brady. Brady. Where am I going to put Brady? Okay, so move everybody down. Let me put Brady 6 right behind Drew Brees.
Okay.
I'm only because he's going to miss a few games. Because Brees is going to have a head start and everybody above him going to have a head start. So give me Brady at number 6. So of course, Ben goes down.
Yeah.
So what is that, 9? That leaves me with 1 more.
Yeah, you got to get one more.
I'm going out on a limb. Jameis Winston is going to be a top 10 quarterback this year.
Okay. That ain't bad.
Mike Evans, Vincent Jackson, Charles Sims out of the backfield. He has a tight end, Safarian Jenkins or Breaks, one of them.
All right. Okay.
I think he can do it, man. I think the brother can do it. So we'll see, man. But I think you can put him down for like 25, 28 touchdowns and maybe 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns.
I'm surprised you put your boy Andy Dalton out there throwing into AJ Green.
AJ Green, Kyler Boyd, and Tyler Eifert. I did draft him in the auction lead. I think I got him for like $1. So I think that was a steal.
Somebody you didn't have that was in my list that you didn't have. Blake Bortles. Yeah, why you didn't put Blake Bortles in there? Dude was 4th in QB points last year. I'm surprised.
They were trailing a lot. and I don't know if they're going to be trailing as much this year as they were last year. I don't know if
He got
Allen
a good core
Robinson
receivers, man. He got a good core receivers.
he does, but will Chris Ivory take away touchdowns from him?
And he
Or
got
Yeldon?
yeah.
That could affect his numbers a little bit too. So, and if the games are closer and competitive, because you really think about it, football scoring is what 21 points a game, 21 points a game or so.
Yeah,
It's only
roughly.
yeah. So that's 3 touchdowns, and you got to spread that out. So you're banking on him to get 3 touchdowns a game, or it can go 2-1, it can go 1-2. You just never know. It just depends on the situation they're in. So yeah, that's my top 5, my top 10.
Yeah. So running back. So running back. Okay, so this is my 10 at one. I still got to go with the machine, man. Adrian Peterson at one. Just because, for one, he's in a weaker division than the majority of the running backs, as far as defense wise. I don't. Detroit, they ain't stopping nobody. Green Bay, Chicago is not the same Chicago. They have former shell of themselves when it comes to defense. So and then, AP gonna get them looks. Second, number two, I got Ty Gurley. I think out there in LA, right? Even though he's facing a tougher defensive division, but I still like, just because of the looks he's going to get. He's going to get a lot of looks. He's going to get a lot of carries and everything. So I got him at two. At three, I got yeah. This way it get tricky after I picked my two, three, and I hate to put him up here because you know how I am with rookies. But oh boy, Elliott from Dallas, I got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him at three, just because I think they're gonna run him the ball a lot. They're gonna try to take the pressure off of Romo, and he ain't no telling them when Romo gonna get hurt. So, they're gonna try to feed him the ball a lot. I think he for a rookie, I think he's gonna get a lot of looks. Even though I don't never the only rookie running back I've ever drafted was Adrian Peterson, and we know how that panned out. But I'm very iffy on drafting rookie running backs. So that's three. Four, I got Lamar Miller over down there in Houston. I think Houston finally got them a solid running back they're gonna go to on a week to week basis in Lamar Miller. And plus he balled out pretty, when he got his chances in Miami, he balled out. So I got him. Was that is at four. At five, I got David Johnson from Arizona. Even though I've always never trusted Arizona, seems like a run by committee type of squad, but I think David Johnson, he's the clear starter, and I think he's gonna get his touches. At number six, it gets so tricky, man. This damn at six, I got Matt Forte at the Jets. I think kind of with Ryan Fitzpatrick having Brandon Marshall, Aaron Decker, and send him to throw to, I think he's gonna be all right. Yeah. Hold on, Ken.
Okay. All right. Well, while B is doing that, I'll hip you guys to some news and notes that has happened today. Let's see. Victor Cruz is likely to play Saturday. So that's good news if you have Eli Manning, because it's always great to have another weapon on that team. Let's go to the running backs. See if we have any running back news. CJ Prosise. People are expecting some things from him this year. So he'll be available Thursday. So he will be playing. Langford is practicing. So Langford returned back to practice. Keith Marshall, for all of the Matt Jones owners out there that suffered, especially if you already drafted and you had Matt Jones, and we obviously saw that he got hurt. Keith Marshall is getting first team reps. All right, B, you can finish up.
Yeah, six. I was at six, right? No, six was Forte. Seven, I got Latavius Murray.
Wait, you have Forte 6?
Yep.
Matt Forte?
Yeah, because look how the offense is gonna be so open up with Brandon Marshall and Decker in them opening up the field. You ain't gonna be able to stack 8 up, and more. Let's not forget Matt Forte is like a dual threat running back. He can catch out the backfield. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have him in situations where he's gonna be in the slot a lot. I mean, Matt Forte gonna still eat. I think he can still eat out there in the Jets. I mean, besides Patriots, I mean, who else they gonna be facing? Um, and then
Oh
I
man,
got
he kind of old.
oh man, he'll be all right. And then I got LaShawn McCoy was at number 7. No, I said Latavius Murray at number 7. Number 8, I got McCoy. Number 9, I got DeMarco Murray, and then 10, I got even though I think he still might kind of fall off, is Thomas Rawls from Seattle.
Wow.
Yep,
Yeah, because Christian Michael is looking good, man. I think he can steal some carries
think so.
from yeah, from old boy. And he has to stay healthy too.
Yeah,
That's the other thing with him.
yep.
I think it gets tricky when you get to that 9-10 spot because anybody from that point on could be that 10th guy.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I think David Johnson is going to ball out. So I got him number 1.
Okay.
Um,
Over AP and Gurley.
yeah, man.
Mm.
He's a dual threat. He can run, he can catch. I think he's gonna show out this year. It's a toss up between him and Gurley, and because I want to see more from Gurley. Gurley don't necessarily catch a lot of passes, and I think Benny Cunningham will take some reps from him,
Mm-hmm.
simply because I think they may try to maintain him throughout the year, especially depending on how their season is going. So I think they want to keep him fresh. But David Johnson and that offense on that team, when they're sending everybody out, you got to guard Fitzgerald, John Brown, Michael Floyd, and then they got the other guy, J.J. Nelson. Man, what you gonna do with that? And then so that should open up the field. So I like David Johnson. I got Peterson third. He's gonna do his thing, man, but he's older. Uh, Bridgewater really has to open up downfield, and that could open up more opportunities for him. He's a freak of nature as well. So, so I got him third. Lamar Miller
Yeah,
is going to shock a lot of people.
he is. That's why I got him pretty high on my list. He is.
Man, he's fourth. I think Lamar Miller is going to ball out this year.
Yeah.
I think we'll really see what Lamar Miller is made of this year because they never really utilized him properly in Miami. So I got him fourth. Jamal Charles is fifth, only because of health. It scares me a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm so scared of Jamal Charles, man. Jesus.
He could easily be third or second,
Yep,
easily.
he can, but it's like when he gonna break down.
Right. And Le'Veon Bell, only because he's missing 3 games, because Le'Veon Bell could easily be a top 5 running back this year after missing 3 games. Oh, so he's a weapon.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. I think Ezekiel Elliott, man. I think he's something special, man. I love watching him in Ohio State and behind that offensive line. And if Rome, man, Elliott, if you get Elliott late, you may have gotten a steal
He's not, but
because he's gonna be.
as far as based on my mocking, he's not going. He's going early. He's first round. I'm seeing folks getting him, 10th, 11th pick and stuff. They scooping him up.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I would take him 10th or 11, depending on who came off the board.
Yep.
After that, I think Lacey will come back this year. I think he'll bounce back. He's slimmer. Just go ahead and wrap this up. I got LaShawn McCoy. I think he'll return back to form this year. And like I said, at 10 is hard, man. I was looking at Mark Ingram. I was looking at Thomas Rawls. I was looking at Jeremy Hill. I think he could have a good year this year. It could be anybody, man. I went with Mark Ingram just because I think they may have more scoring opportunities than the others. But it's a toss-up.
Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna knock out my wide receivers. We are not, QB, right? Yeah, wide receivers. So okay, I have 1, Antonio Brown. 2, Odell Beckham. At 3, I got Julio Jones. At 4, I got DeAndre Hopkins. I think he's going to ball out over Dez Bryant, which I have at 5. At 6, I have AJ Green. 7, this is another reason why I got Blake Bortles so high. I think Allen Robinson, he's going to ball out. I got him at 7. Number 8, I think, speaking of player coming back, I think Jordy Nelson will get back into the mix. Once him and Aaron Rodgers get that chemistry going, they're going to be, I think it's going to be like Jordy Nelson never left. Number 9, I got Brandon Marshall. And 10, I got the main guy in Chicago at Jeffrey. Austin Jeffrey. That's my 10. It's my 10 wideouts.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me pull up mine real quick. Man, this is kind of easy. Um, yeah, Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham. Give me Julio. Give me Jordy. Give me Jordy Nelson
Mm-hmm.
over. You know what, man? I take that back. Hold on. Let's rewind. Oh man, now I'm tripping. Hold on. It's Jordy or Dez? Ah, all right. Remix. Antonio
Remix.
Brown, Odell Beckham, Dez Bryant, Julio Jones, Jordy Nelson. Let's go with AJ Green at the 7 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Give me DeAndre Hopkins at the 8 spot. I know he's a bad boy. I just don't know about the quarterback. But he balled out with uh,
Nope. Who was their quarterback last year?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. But it remains to be seen. I think Lamar Miller's going to impact him some. So
Okay.
give me DeAndre Hopkins at 8. Give me, and this is where it gets a little funky for me, but give me Sammy Watkins at 9, man.
I had
Give
a
me him.
feeling he was gonna say Sammy Watkins. Oh, I had a feeling.
Man, yeah, give me Sammy Watkins at 9. And this 10 spot, I like Alshon Jeffrey at 10. I think he could definitely take that spot. Uh, but I think Kelvin Benjamin might shock some folks, man. I think Kelvin Benjamin might be a top 10 wide receiver this year. You got Funches on the other side. You got Olsen going down the middle. You got no hands. Ted Ginn in the slot. Jonathan Stewart in the backfield. And Cam is a dual threat. And now you got Kelvin Benjamin back.
So
What are you going to do with that?
what made you pick put Dez over Julio? Is it the quarterback situation or
Quarterback situation? I trust. This is going to sound crazy, but I think Julio they're going to throw to Julio a lot. But unless I don't know, man. I remember Dez Bryant at one point was the number 1 guy in fantasy football before or competing for that number 1 spot with Antonio Brown, and he's easily a double-digit touchdown guy. Julio Jones don't catch a lot of touchdowns. He catch a lot of passes and he has a lot of receiving yards, but he doesn't catch a lot of touchdowns. With Elliott in that backfield and Romo back, I think Dez will definitely return to that top 5 spot easy. So I think that's why I like him over Julio Jones.
all right. Okay. All right. We'll see. But
Yeah.
last we're gonna do the tight end position, and we wrapped up the pre-rankings. So my tight ends, my top 10 tight ends. Tight ends are pretty easy for me. I got I got of course Rob Gronkowski at 1, Jordan Reed at 2. I got Greg Olsen at 3. I got Delanie Walker at 4. Travis Kelce at 5. I got Cody Fleener. I thought he was still in Indianapolis, but he's over at New Orleans now. Kobe Fleener at 6. I got Tyler Effort at 7. I got Zach Ertz at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Gates at 9, and Julius Thomas at 10.
All right, for me, I got Rob Gronkowski. I think it's a toss-up between Jordan Reed and Greg Olsen, but I'm gonna go with Greg Olsen, man, because I think Jordan Reed get hurt. Give me Jordan Reed 3rd, because if he's playing, he's the only one Cousins gonna throw to, and he's a check down guy. And I like Fleener. I like Fleener 4th. Delaney Walker 5th. Gary Barnidge 6th. No. Give me Kelce 6, Barnidge 7, Gates 8, Tyler. Let's go with Eifert 9, and Dwayne Allen 10. I'm putting a lot of faith in him, but I think he's the guy now, and I think he could creep into that top 10 spot. But it could easily be Zach Ertz or Julius Thomas, and if Ladarius Green was healthy, he could have been in there. Ebron, if he was healthy, he could have snuck up there. And Jimmy Graham, if he was healthy, I think he could have got up in there, man. But After that, it's just it's whatever. But yeah, I think Dwayne Allen may make some noise this year.
Okay, all right.
And
That's definitely a sleeper pick right there.
yeah, he is. He's definitely a sleeper for anybody out there that missed on the first four guys. So I think there are four guys. If you don't get Gronk, Reed, Olsen, or dang, who's that other guy? Walker? Is it Walker?
Yeah,
Yeah, Walker. If you don't get any of those four guys, and maybe even Fleener, I'll throw Fleener in there. If you don't get any of those five guys, then you can pretty much wait on a tight end and get Dwayne Allen. The thing about waiting, and it depends on how long you wait, is based on a lot of the drafts that I've been in, people start to take two tight ends. I typically don't take two tight ends in a 10 to 12-man league, but people have. But they're rookies. I get it. So anyway, draft scenarios. So, all right. So you want to talk?
Oh God, draft scenarios, and I'm really basing this off of. I'm basing this off of, to me, what I consider a standard 12, 12 team league. 12
Okay.
or more is definitely, that's when you up the antes in your draft strategy. So I'm basing this off of a 12 team draft. So if I'm picking first, which I am in my main league, and I keep going back and forth of who I should get, because let's be honest, man, running backs is very thin this season. Like after you run through because even when I was naming my top 10 running backs, like once I got to like 6 or 7, it was just like, well, damn, like, so you figured by the time you drafted someone that's ranked 6 or 7, you in the third, fourth, fifth round, it gets shaky, man. So I was thinking of drafting a running back, like, and if I do, it would probably be like Gurley or AP. But I think I might have to go with the sure shot and just get Antonio Brown. It's just the thing. That's one thing I hate about picking first, is when you pick first, you got to sit there and wait. You seeing guys just drop off. You got to sit there and wait, because it's snake style draft, which is, if you pick first in the first round, you picking last in the next round, and then you picking first in the next round and last, so on and so forth. So yeah, man, like seeing them guys coming back is like crazy. So I'm gonna have to go with the sure shot and Antonio Brown, because I know, unless, hopefully, thank God, hopefully injury don't happen, he's gonna give you double-digit points every week. And this, like I said, this is gonna be a PPR league, so Antonio Brown can mess around and give you, 9 receptions and 2 touchdowns. That's a boatload of points. That's a lot of points from your receiver that you're gonna get almost on a week-to-week basis. So gotta go with the sure shot and Antonio Brown. So what about you, Ken? Who you picking if you got that one spot?
I think the first spot. I mean, you got to go with Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
You don't want to be that guy
yeah,
to
you don't
try.
want to be that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get cute. Go ahead and get Antonio Brown and just get it over with.
Yep.
Gurley is extremely enticing, and so is David Johnson.
Like I
But
said, especially speaking on how thin the running back position is. So,
but you can't miss with the number one spot, because, like you said, somebody's going to be gone by the time they get back to you. So at that point, you got to figure out, and depending on how people are drafting, if they're taking QBs, because you can do mock drafts and people do different strategies in there, their practice strategies. But from what I've seen in the live drafts that I've done with people, quarterbacks come off the board quick, and running backs. This year, the strategy that a lot of analysts are pushing are wide receiver, and then just pick running backs late. There's some validity to that, but that's not what people are doing. So unless you can really get those cream of the crop guys, which is really, really hard to do, and we're talking about top 5 guys, make at least 2 top 5 and maybe a top 10 if possible, or a guy that's on the right outside of the top 5, but like maybe 6. But so if you can get a guy, a number 1 receiver that's in the top 5, you can get a number 6 receiver in fantasy, and maybe like that 10 or 11 guy, you're probably good. You could probably backfill your running back positions with guys that are going late, like DeMarco Murray or Derrick Henry, to back him up, handcuff him. uh, Ajayi and guys like that that you could put in and plug in. But at that number one spot, you have to get Antonio Brown because every single time I have played this guy, he's putting up 15 to 20 points
Yes.
nonstop.
Yes.
I hate playing against Antonio Brown. He is the worst player to play against in fantasy
And it
because they
looked
can
like
double team and triple team, and he finds a way to get the ball.
it looked like I'm about to get him. It looked like it's gonna be Antonio Brown sweepstakes for me in my main league, man. My any given Sunday league.
So
It's
what are
like
you gonna do? So it comes back to you. You're gonna go running back, or
okay. So this is what I've been noticing. And like you said, Ken, we both said this. You can't really go by mock draft. You know, live the real drafts stuff goes different. But I've been seeing like Aaron Rodgers and Cam Newton sitting there for me at when it comes back, because when you're picking one, when it comes back to you, you got those two consecutive picks, which is your second and your third pick. So you got the last pick in the second round and the first pick in the third round. So when it comes back, Ken, I'm looking at getting, Aaron Rodgers and, possibly running backs such as like Eddie Lacy sitting there, Jamal Charles sitting there, some in some cases, LaShawn McCoy sitting there, Thomas Rose sitting there. So if I could get Antonio Brown, come back, get get a Cam Newton or Aaron Rodgers and possibly another running back, man, them first three picks are deadly, brother. I mean, that's what I'm looking at right there. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I have a feeling, knowing some of the guys that I've been playing this league for 14 years, so I know these guys a lot. So these guys gonna be trying to get those. They're gonna be going after those top notch, the running backs, the APs, the Thomas Ross, the Jordy Nelsons, AJ Greens. They're gonna get all those guys. And Aaron, and you look back, Aaron Rodgers is sitting there, Cam Newton is sitting there. It's like I might draft top notch players in my first three positions, man, in wide receiver, QB, and running back. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at possibly getting a Cam Newton or Aaron Rodgers to complement my Antonio Brown points that I'm gonna be getting, because the name of the game is to get the most points every week when you're playing somebody. So
I think if it was me, so I would have Antonio Brown. It comes back. I would probably, if Jamal Charles is sitting there, I'm taking him.
you got to,
Or Le'Veon Bell, I'm
yeah.
taking him. Because I think you're going to see a surge of running backs come off the board. So I'm going to take him. So I got a number one wide out. I got a number one running back in the second round.
Right.
And so I'm good there. And I'll just handcuff them with their backups, Shakandrick West or Spencer Ware, D'Angelo Williams.
Yep.
That way, if they go down, I'll be protected. And then in the third round, I don't think I would take Aaron Rodgers or Cam Newton. And I'll tell you why.
No, because you like to wait on quarterbacks. You like
Not only that, but I think on that turn back, you can probably get another top wideout. Or say, for instance, people didn't pick Le'Veon Bell. You got Jamal Charles and Le'Veon Bell.
Oh yeah, if now this is not gonna happen. I know this is not gonna happen in this league. If Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Charles are sitting there when it comes back, oh yeah, they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah,
you can easily. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait on QBs. But man, that does look nice though, man. Seeing Aaron Rodgers or Cam Newton sitting there.
I know, B.
Ooh, man.
But
can you imagine hitting up with that Aaron Rodgers and Antonio Brown every week? And then he got Jordy Nelson.
Nah, man. But see, I got you, B. Now, think about this, though. You have a number one wideout, maybe two elite wideouts that's going to put up 10 points. They're going to project to score 10 points a week, regardless of what week they play. Or you can have Antonio Brown plus two elite, two number one or top five running backs. That's three positions you're going to kill each and every week. But now,
right. I mean, that's a scenario if Bell.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Now, here's where you're taking the chance and you hope this happens. Let everybody go. And then when it comes back to you for the fourth round, Ben Roethlisberger.
I know. Yeah, yeah. We
You
talked
know what
about
I'm
it.
saying?
I can hit it with the double combo, like boom boom.
Man.
Come back, hit him with the Ben Roethlisberger because Antonio Brown ain't gonna eat unless Ben Roethlisberger is throwing the ball. So
Right.
when Antonio Brown's getting those touchdowns, Ben Roethlisberger is eating too because he's getting that touchdown in those yards as well. So,
Yeah.
oh
So
yeah, trust me.
so that's
Yeah,
what I would try to do. I would try to go
yeah.
for that combo. If I can't get that combo, depending on what other wideout I take, I will try to get that combo depending on who the quarterback is.
I mean,
But if I
when
got a
it comes
chance to
back,
get top 5 players with my first 3 picks, I'm gonna
yeah,
go for it. I'm
yeah. I
gonna go
mean,
for it.
if Bell's sitting there, if people scared to get Bell and he's there on my second and third pick, I'm getting him. And definitely, if Jamal Charles is sitting there, I'm getting him. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be like, well, I can get QBs later, and then, like you said, get Jamal Charles and Le'Veon Bell. When they come back to my fourth and fifth pick, I'm getting Ben Roethlisberger and another wide out. It's plenty of, or either a top notch tight end. You know what I'm saying? Besides, Ron Gronkowski gonna be out, but yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
it's, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. So okay, so
Well, yeah, that's just like Q said. You may can get Brady late too.
oh yeah, because of the 4 game suspension. Yeah.
Right. And Human Like Button agrees with you. He said, man, if you got Brown, Cam, and Rogers, you straight. But I
Yeah.
think I could put together a better team.
Woo. Woo,
But anyway,
man.
sixth round. Sixth round is
You mean six pick?
sixth pick.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a sweet spot, man. Because a lot of the difficult choices are made for you. So you can really build a nice balanced team at the sixth pick of the draft. So you're probably going to get from some of the drafts I've seen, man. David Johnson have slipped. Peterson, it has been going like 8th or 9th. I think you could get. Let's see.
The dude from Dallas, you probably get Elliott.
Yeah, you can get Elliott, but you can, but I don't think I would spend the top
Right.
6 pick on him.
Yeah, because he's a rookie.
Yeah, I think I would try to get somebody because I think that somebody in the top 5 will slip because nobody's going to draft him. I've seen people take Aaron Rodgers in the top with the top 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can get. So here's what you're looking at: Antonio Brown's gone, Todd Gurley's gone, Odell Beckham's gone, David Johnson's probably gone, and Julio Jones is probably gone. But do something different. You may get Julio Johnson or David Johnson. I mean, Julio Jones or David Johnson at that 6th spot.
Gurley, depending on how it goes.
But if the first 5 are gone, this is what you're left with. Adrian, and this is just average draft position.
Mm-hmm.
You're left with Adrian Peterson, DeAndre Hopkins, Elliott, Cam, and Le'Veon Bell. I would go with Gronk at the 6th spot because if you already know, man, you get Gronk, you're straight at the tight end position. And I think that I can get good running backs on the turn that's equal or close to Adrian Peterson. Like Lamar Miller could come back to me, or one of the elite receivers could come back to me, like AJ Green, Dez Bryant could fall. At the 6th spot, you may want to take Aaron Rodgers in the 2nd round there too. That may be good value depending on how you build your team or you want to build your team. But if you get Gronk and then you start to build the rest of your team from there, depending on who you get, say for instance, you get Lamar Miller, you get Gronk, Lamar Miller, AJ Green, Alshon Jeffrey, man, bruh, you're going to be a problem. And then you can get a running back later in the draft. Or you can pass on Aaron Rodgers and get Gronk, let's say Dez, maybe AJ Green if they come back. Then you got to go further down. You may get Andrew Luck in the 3rd round. You may have McCoy sitting there. So the 6th pick of the draft, you can build a really, really balanced team, I think, depending on what you value.
If AP slips down to 6, I'm getting AP at 6. And coming back, I might end up getting Lamar Miller or Le'Veon Bell coming back because you in that six, you in that middle spot, so it's gonna come back kind of quick. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna get Adrian Peterson, come back, get Le'Veon Bell. I'm straight at running back. Now at that point, I'm just getting my next coming around. I'm getting some receivers. I can probably still get a Drew Brees or a Carson Palmer type of QB. Within that fifth or sixth, seventh round. Shh, man, please. That's where I wanted to be, man. I like to be in that 6, 7, 8 spot because that's the nice sweet spot to me, in my opinion. I think when drafting, I do not.
Yeah.
I don't like being first. I can be okay with picking last, which I think that's what we're getting ready to touch on next. Is if you was picking.
I don't like picking last. I can put together some good teams picking last, but I don't like picking last because everybody's gone.
Hey, but
Everybody you want
the
is
good thing
gone by
about
the time they come.
yeah, but the good thing about picking last, I guess the only upside about it is that you always got those consecutive picks. Always got those consecutive picks, like every time, bam, 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 bam. So, but
But the other thing, the negative to it is that sometimes you got to reach for guys
you do.
because you know they're not going to come back. So, and you may have to take a guy in a spot where he's not even worth it, and that's the only problem.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you
Because
flat out, if I was picking 12, if I had the last pick of the first round, the pick that I'm gonna feel comfortable with spending my first round pick on is like an Aaron Rodgers or somebody. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable picking like a AJ Green or Allen Robinson or Lamar Miller as my first round like overall pick. I want to get like a sure shot, and I know that someone like an Aaron Rodgers or Cam Newton is a sure shot. You know what I'm saying? As far as them putting up double digit points on a week to week basis. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
at 12, maybe like my 12 and 13, that 12 and 13 pick, I'm probably picking Aaron Rodgers and Le'Veon Bell. Because like I said, running backs are thin. So if Le'Veon Bell is sitting there, I'm coming back. I'm getting Aaron Rodgers, Le'Veon Bells for my first, my first two picks.
I would do something different. I would go Jamal Charles, Le'Veon Bell. You don't want to see me. You don't want to see me because I can probably get Keenan Allen on the turn and maybe a Drew Brees or Carson Palmer or Brady late. Um, with that last spot, if you have to run up against Jamal Charles and Le'Veon Bell each week plus Keenan Allen, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Or I can get Andrew Luck as a quarterback at some point. Alshon Jeffrey is falling in a lot of drafts. He's the number one guy. But if I have two of the best running backs, and we're talking about two first round running back, and I got both of them at the last pick of the draft and the first pick of the second draft, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. And y'all don't want to see me, especially if I get the right receivers.
I feel
Because
you.
people at that point, B, will start panicking.
I
And I
feel,
think you're going to see a run of running backs.
I feel you with the Jamal Charles pick, but just like me and you stated, man, him possibly playing healthy a whole season is a scary issue. Now, don't get me wrong. When Jamal Charles is healthy and if he's balling, like you said, he's top three. He's a top three pick easily.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just the goals with taking a gamble. That's what playing fantasy football is all about. You're gonna take a gamble. You're gonna take chances. Sometimes those chances will pay off huge for you. And sometimes them chances will turn around and bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's what I'm doing. I'm taking chances. I take chances every year. I took a chance last year with Arian Foster, and he was killing it. And then he got hurt. But everybody got hurt last year. And that's kind of part of it. But if I can get Le'Veon Bell and Jamal Charles, I'm taking those chances because I'm going to handcuff them with D'Angelo Williams and Shakandrick West. I may have to draft them higher than I want to because I have them on my team, because I want to make sure that if they go down, I'm not stuck like many people were last year. But if I have, and they were capable, but if I can get them and they played the whole season, I'm winning the championship that year. It's just going to happen. So anyway, so that's that. I mean, it just really, man, it just depends on how You build your team. It depends on what's coming off the board, and from there, man, you just got to make the decisions that you feel is best for your squad. Um, so let's jump to sleepers and players that we don't want to draft this year. So I'll kick it off. Quarterbacks, I don't want to draft this year. I don't want Carson Palmer. I'm passing on him a lot this year. Um, I don't want to spend high on Cam Newton. I think he's going to regress. I don't think he's going to be that guy the way he was that guy last year. Um, let's see. Anybody else that I'm not as far as quarterbacks? I think those are the two that really cause me to pause. I'm looking heavily at Russell Wilson, depending on where he comes to me. But, I like to wait on quarterbacks, man, because when I look at quarterbacks, I can get a guy like Tony Romo, uh, Eli Manning, depending on who I have a receiver. And, Tom Brady is falling a lot, even though a lot of people are probably starting to pick him up now, but he's still falling. So if I can get Brady in the 5th or 6th round, and if I can build my team around everybody else, then I'm good. So I'm not really stressing about quarterbacks. Running backs, I want no part of this year. I love Adrian Peterson, man, but for whatever reason, I have to get him at good value. But if I'm not forced to pick him, I'm kind of staying away from him. I'm scared of Devontae Freeman.
That was one.
I'm scared.
Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just go. Yeah, and I'm gonna just kind of burn through these real quick. I'm scared of Devontae Freeman, Mark Ingram, Doug Martin. I think Latavius Murray has some upside. Rawls, I was high on Rawls, but now I think Christian Michael is showing some things. Depending on how the quarterback play, Carlos Hyde can do some things. I'm scared of Matt Forte, and I think Jeremy Hill could probably have another breakout year, man.
I'm scared of him.
I am scared of him, but something is telling me that this might be the year. And who else? There's one more. And if Matt Jones can get himself healthy, he could probably sneak up on some people. Let's see. So, yeah, those are my running backs. Receivers I don't want to draft, and guys I love. And your top 10 are Brandon Marshall balled out, but I want no part of him this year. Keenan Allen always get hurt, and he balls out when he plays, but I want no part of him either. I want no part of Doug Baldwin. I think he's gonna fall off, even though Russell Wilson has nobody else to throw to. Randall Cobb should bounce back. I won't know, even though he's the number one guy. No part of Eric Decker, but he's stable. He's a guy that's going to go out there and produce.
Yep, I had him last year.
But
he did.
If I don't have to draft him, I'm not. But if he's the best one on the board, I'll take him. So Emmanuel Sanders, don't want. Jordan Matthews, I don't want. I don't even want Larry Fitzgerald. It's a lot of receivers that I don't want. Let's see. I want Josh Gordon. I want Kevin White. I'll take a flyer on him late. Tyler Lockett is another guy I would take a chance on. Let's see. Tyler Boyd is another guy I would take a chance on. I think you could take a chance on Torrey Smith late, because who else are they going to throw the ball to? Steve Smith is a guy you could probably take with your last pick of the draft. I know he was hurt, but if he's sitting there with pick whatever and it's the last one, why not? Because you can always drop him. And Philip Dorsett could ball out. And Tajay Sharp has been getting some headlines, but so he's somebody you probably want to keep an eye on, especially if you're picking late. And Will Fuller has been balling. So that's another guy that you probably want to pick up. But Allen Hurns, no, I don't want him. And then there was probably one more, man. I like Mike Evans this year. And Kelvin Benjamin. That's the last one. I like him a lot this year too. And let's see. Like I said, I mentioned Dwayne Allen. I don't know what's going on with Ladarius Green, but he's going undrafted. Keep an eye on that situation, because you could probably pick him up if he get his head together. And I think Kobe Fleener is going to ball out this year. That's probably no secret now. Martellus Bennett is a guy you may want to stash in your draft in case Gronk get hurt, because he's going to be the guy. And let's see. And look out for three guys that are going undrafted: Eric Ebron, Austin Seferius Jenkins, or Cameron Brate, I think is his name. Whoever wins that tight end spot is a guy that you may want to pick up because Winston loves throwing to his tight ends. Remember, he threw to Nick O'Leary a lot when in college. So those are the guys, man. If you don't get any of the top 4 or 5 guys, you can wait on any of those guys and stream tight ends for the season. So those are my sleepers, and those are the guys that I don't want to draft.
All right, so guys that I'm staying away from, I've been saying this every single year. I stay away from rookie running backs. So Elliott, I'm staying away from him.
Wow.
Gotta show me something. Gotta show me something.
Wow.
Like I said, the only guy I ever gambled on, and I was like, he's gonna ball out, was Adrian Peterson. That's the only rookie running back I ever was like, I'm drafting him first round. I don't care nobody say. But I just don't. I don't have. Elliott gonna have to show me something, man. Stay away from him. You said someone I agree with you on. I forgot. Oh yeah, Devontae Freeman. Staying away from Jeremy Hill. Don't trust him. Staying away from Doug Martin. Staying away from Mark Ingram, just because New Orleans they seem like they on a running back by committee type of squad all the time.
They're going to pass a lot this year, I think.
Yeah, they always pass a lot. You might disagree with me on this one, man. I didn't have him in my top 10, but I'm staying away from Sammy Watkins.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't trust Sammy Watkins, man. I don't know, man. He's a sexy name, but I don't know, man. He might be that guy that's gonna be giving you 6 points, and you're gonna be like, man, what the hell? Like he's gonna be like that guy.
He's gonna turn into Keyshawn Johnson like he did last year. Throw me the damn ball.
Well, that's another situation. Sometimes the wide receiver, the quarterback situations is why I stay away from some of these wide receivers.
If Sammy Watkins fall to me, I'm taking him. But outside of that, I'll rather have somebody else.
I agree with you on Keenan Allen. He was another one of the guys I had in there. When he's healthy, he balls, but he never stays healthy. And I had him on my squad last year. He gave me like 3 great weeks, and he just was injured. So, QBs, I guess a QB I'll probably stay away from. Even though I think I had him ranked high, still was Cam Newton, because just like you, I do think he's going to probably regress a little bit, even though he got his top-notch receiver back. Who else? What's another QB? Even though overall I like Andrew Luck as a football player, but I think fantasy-wise, I don't know, I'm staying away from him again this year. Maybe because he did me wrong last year. Sometimes when players do me wrong last year, and I'd be like, man, I ain't drafting him next year. You got to show me something this year. So that's another reason.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, sometimes when players do me wrong, man. And I was in 4 leagues last year, and I had him in one of my leagues, and didn't have really that good of a season. So he did me wrong. So when you do me wrong, I'm not going to draft you the next season. So I'm staying away from Andrew Luck this year. I hate this. Another guy. This dude I'm about to name is another like Keenan Allen type of guy. When he plays, he balls, but he can't really stay on the field that much as Danny Woodhead. It seems like, and I could be wrong, it seems like Danny Woodhead he always end up getting himself hurt one way or another for some reason. Staying away from Jordy Matthews. Sorry, Q, if you're watching. I know you're probably watching this. I don't trust Jordy Matthews as well. Sleepers. Most of my sleepers was like guys who I think you can get like in late rounds. I wasn't like really going for like big names. Not really big names, but like guys that we know who are sleepers. But sleepers, I got at running back. I got DeAndre Washington. I got Keith Marshall, Christian Michael, Devontae Booker, and Jordan Howard. And for my wideouts, I got I think old boy from Tennessee Titans gonna kind of break out a little bit this year. Darrell Green Beckham, Devontae Parker, and then Sterling Sharper, only because he's a rookie, and you know how I feel about rookies. But I think he might. I think with Beckham on that other side of the field, I think Shepard is going to definitely show his worth on the Giants. So those are my sleepers. Those some of the guys I think you can definitely get in those later 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th rounds that no one, when you start filling out that bench, because that's the important thing about sleepers is when you're filling out that bench position, those bench players, you want to get guys who you feel comfortable when your main guys got bye weeks or when you got a guy that get injured, you can plug them right in and feel okay and have a good feeling that they're gonna get the points that you hope that they're gonna get. So yeah, that's one thing about those sleepers, man. When you get in that bench, man, you can't just draft your starting your week to week guys and then cut it off and go about your business. When I draft, and I'm pretty sure Ken is the same way, we stay there the whole 14, 15 rounds until we
Yep.
fill out our whole squad because I want to get those sleeper guys who I think, and like Ken said, you want to have a good blanket for guys you think those starters that you drafting that might get hurt. You know, okay, I picked up Le'Veon Bell. Let me pick D'Angelo Williams, in the later rounds because just in case, Le'Veon Bell gets hurt when he comes back or something like that, you got that security blanket. So always got to look for the sleepers, man. Always look for players who you think or rosters that guys that potentially that's going to be injury prone. Like you said too, Ken. My man from the Chiefs, West, last name West. Pick him up. You can still get him in 11, 12th round. Get him for insurance. You know what I'm saying? Because usually when these guys go out, you got to be sharking out there on that waiver wire. And if you got those guys that those people are going to be waiver wiring for, guess what? You good. So you already got the upper hand. You can also use it as trade bait too in certain cases too, depending on how the season is going.
Another guy you didn't mention was that I think if you have Adrian Peterson, you need to draft Jerick McKinnon. I'm going to say this again. If you have Adrian Peterson, you need to draft Jerick McKinnon. Adrian Peterson is 31 years old, and you just never know. I understand he missed a full season of football, and he was balling. He is a machine. He is Terminator. He's a beast.
Man.
But football is a funny game, man. You get hit in that knee, it's a wrap. You need Jerick McKinnon is proven in a small sample size, but enough of a sample size that, he can step in and produce for you. So you don't want to get stuck. That happened to me. And my season was lost. I still think, wait, did I make the playoffs? I probably did, but I didn't have a chance of winning. And in fantasy football, the only thing that matters is winning the title. Don't let anything else fool you.
Right.
The only thing that matters is winning the title. If you don't win the title, what difference does it make?
What's the point? Point?
I've had 1 or 2 losses in a season and didn't win the title. It didn't matter. I've been 9-7 and won the title, best season ever, because I won the title. Your record means nothing. So yeah, make sure you have your guy that could help you win a title when it comes to the playoffs. So you want to be protected. Doria was traded to the Eagles B, which could work out for him, but I heard that he can't remember the playbook and shit. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to curse. Yeah. So, but Matthews, Beckham, and Aguilar, you never know. You never know, man. Somebody got to catch touchdowns.
Somebody. And he's a tall receiver, man. He's tall. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely a good target going into that red zone.
Yeah, and somebody in the comment section mentioned, I think KT, that Carlos Hyde could have a bounce back year. He was hurt last year, and Kaepernick was trash, so he didn't get a chance to. We didn't get a chance to see what he could really, really do. Gabbert hasn't proven to be any better this year so far in preseason, but I think he's better than Kaepernick right now. But somebody mentioned Tavon Austin. No way in hell am I drafting Tavon Austin. Every time I played him, he's played well against me, but he is a guy, he's touchdown dependent. I do not want him on my roster. I'd rather take a chance with a rookie that has high upside that's going to start. Like, I'll take a chance on Tyler Lockett or Tyler Boyd or Taja Sharp or freaking Torrey Smith before I would draft Torrey or Steve Smith before I would draft Austin. No, I'm not doing it. So that's it. As far as records, you know what, B? I think we may need to save that one for when we look at our team.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that too. Like, let's wait till when we actually draft our squad, and then we can talk about it.
And I'm gonna post. I plan on posting all of my team rosters to the Dead End Sports website, so you guys can take a look at it. And I may also, depending if I have the time, because I'm doing Dead End Hip Hop and all kind of other stuff. I would like to also keep track and let you guys know how I'm doing with all of my teams um, throughout the fantasy football season. And this year, I will try to definitely, as much as I can, keep you guys updated in video on the website. Not the website, on video or social media. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook so you can keep up to date with any of the news that may pop off. And I know you guys you're following multiple sources and sites too. So I'm gonna try to dig a little bit deep and find some good stuff for you guys that you can't get elsewhere because I'm reading and listening to so many different sites that sometimes I hear something that I think is interesting. I'll try to definitely get that out and share for you guys. So that's it. Week 1 on preseason. This is our preseason.
Right.
Yeah, this is our preseason. And we'll be back next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Looks like we'll be here because Ustream is tripping. I don't know what's wrong with it, but yeah, I wish we could have done Ustream because I could have put some graphics on the screen and
We could have really
we could have done some fancy stuff, put some
Yeah.
video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But alas, it wasn't meant to be. But thank you guys for watching. Definitely share with us your teams, your sleepers, your bust, your breakouts, whatever, man. Let us know and let us know your squad. Beginning by next week, we're having our draft. When be 2 weeks from now?
Yeah. September 6th, Tuesday. Talking about the real NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever's watching, you make sure y'all get with 12 Kyle about the Dead End Sports fantasy stuff. So he had information up for that. I'm pretty sure we all tweeted out and mentioned it and stuff like that. So get in where you fit in.
And if you don't get in, if I get enough people that want to play, I'll commit, set up another league, and I'll be the commissioner. And you guys can try to beat me because I think B and Kyle are only going to play in so many teams this year. But I'll play against you. You guys can see if you can beat me. I don't think you can, but if you don't get enough main league, you get your shot. You get your shot. The Beat Ken League.
This guy here.
Hey, man, I'm the truth, man. You know what it is, B. You know what it is, baby. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. So anyway, man, we'll catch you guys next week. Holler at us on Twitter, man. We active there more than anywhere else, man. And that's it, man. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.